don't know, man. I'm still digging that intro music. You know what I mean? What's up, Facebookers, social media lights? Gary, what's happening? How you feeling?
What's going on, buddy? We're good, man.
Dude,
good. It's been nice out. No snow, so we're all right.
Dude, it's been great, man. I've been out there running and getting ready for my half marathon because I'm an idiot and I'm a glutton for punishment. And, dude, we are I'm going to say we are about a month away from opening night at most of the racetracks.
Yes.
Dude, you're looking good, right? You're over COVID. Everything's cool.
Yeah, man. Everything's good. Back to work,
Yeah. So, listen, I want to thank everybody that's been watching and sharing and all that other stuff. Dude, last week was our best show ever. 2,300 views we had. Dude, that is amazing.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah.
Not too bad for – yeah, dude, not too bad for us.
It's like a competition for us now. See how many we can get.
I'm digging it. But thank you, everybody that watched YouTube and watched us on Facebook and shared us. And I think we have 2,700 followers right now. And dude, this is cool, man. This is cool. We are fans of racing, dude. This is awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure when we started the whole thing how it was going to take off, but it's working, man.
I think a majority of the people watch just to see if I'm going to do something stupid.
That too. That's why I brought you on.
Yeah, man. So, dude, we got a really cool show here tonight. And of course, we have Aidan Elliott. He's over in the shadows there. We're going to bring him on here in a second. And I do believe we have Allison Ricci coming on here later.
Ricci, yep.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited for that one too. I've interviewed her a couple times, at Court Speedway and stuff, but never actually got to sit down and have a chat. So, all right, man, it's 7:06. I was running a little bit late. Of course, my run was a little bit long here tonight, so that's okay. I apologize for being late, but again, thanks everybody. Are we live YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube and Facebook. Yep.
Dude, that's badass. Perfect. All right. All right. So without further ado, man, let's bring on our first guest.
All right.
So joining us right now, give me a big thumbs up if you can hear us. Aidan Elliott. Aidan? Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
All right. All right, man. So listen, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. Let's just jump right into it. We're going to start with the questions. Now, I know your dad's a racer, Donnie Elliott. Okay. And was your granddad a racer also?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And you guys have always been open wheel guys, right?
Yes, always open wheels.
Okay. All right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because there's a couple of you. But you're the young man that's kind of tearing things up right now in the sportsman division, right? Didn't you just pick up a win at 5 Mile Point here a few months ago?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah. So, all right. So talk to us a little bit about, we know how you got involved. It's in the Elliott blood. It's in the family. When did you decide that you wanted to start racing? I know you started off in slingshots, right?
I actually started off in go-karts.
Okay.
And then when I was about I think 9. Yeah,
okay.
Around 9, I started going with go-karts, raced at Oakland Valley. After doing that, I won the first day I got there, and my father was surprised. He nearly fainted, from what I can remember. And then we moved up to slingshots after a year, and I raced at Hamlin and Oakland Valley again. Oakland Valley was basically my home track that I loved. I loved that track. And basically, I just then, after this, I moved up to sportsman.
Okay. And was last year your first year in sportsman, or was it the year before that you started to move up?
It was the year before.
Okay. And whose decision was that? Was that Dad's decision, or was it Dad? Listen, I'm doing well, because I know you were extremely successful with slingshots. So whose decision was that? Was that Dad's or yours?
It was actually mine.
Nice. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. So, all right. So you pick up the win at 5 Mile Point. Now, was that your first career win in
That's actually my first career win. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I actually, I want to say somebody was live on that one with Facebook, and I remember watching that one. And listen, I'm an emotional guy. I love when people show emotion when they win. I love when they show emotion when things go bad on the track. I love it. I'm into it. You know what I mean? And the emotion every single time that your dad shows between you two guys is freaking awesome. And I love it, dude. Like, I almost get choked up even after you had won that, and just, and your mom too. But I think your mom may be emotionally stronger than your dad. Am I wrong on that?
She was actually recording it, so she actually had to stay silent the whole time. So when I passed the line, she recorded me for a few more seconds. She was quiet, then she ended it, and that's when she jumped.
Yeah, nice. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah. Now, you have an older brother. Let's start with this. How old are you?
I am 15, actually.
15 years old. And you're single?
Yes.
All right. What do you do for a living?
Mostly race, and I mostly work at my father's auto shop.
Okay. Yep. And listen, hey, a big shout out to your dad, Elliott's Automotive. If you've never been there, what is that? Wisner Avenue? Am I right on that?
Yes, 274 Wisner Avenue.
Okay. Let me tell you a quick story about your pops and what a great family and great guy he is. He did some work on a truck of mine years ago, and the bill was pretty substantial, but he did an amazing job. And I gave him some money down, and 2 years went by. And your dad, whenever I saw him, I always said, hello, how are you? How's it going? And I still owed him money. And after 2 years, I finally walked in and I paid him. And it was like $700 that I owed your pops. And never once did he say anything bad or just, Joel, how are you? How's everything going? And I walked in and I felt so bad about it. And I was like, listen, Donnie, man, I apologize. It took so long. And he goes, nah, man, I knew you were good for it. I knew you weren't going anywhere. And that's the kind of family that the Elliots are. And it's amazing. And even till this day, I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate your dad, what he does over there. That's awesome.
Yeah, there's one thing in the family. We're always true and honest at the race shop. We're always that.
Yeah. Okay, so you just got back from Florida. How did that go? Where did you race? Talk to us a little bit about that. What was that experience like? Because I think you guys now have a house down there, right?
Yes, we do have a house.
Okay,
and
so me and Gary and our kids and stuff are coming down.
Definitely, sure. We would love company.
You say that now, but your mom's going to be mad after this.
Yeah. She's actually up there in the back room.
What'd she say?
She says, yeah, I'm in the back room.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm going to get you in trouble tonight.
Yeah, they're all watching the stream.
That's awesome.
Living room right now.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so tell us, how did Florida go? I don't know if it's your mom or dad that updates everybody on social media, but I'll tell you, you're one of the kids that I like to watch, man. You're right up there with Taylor Von Doren and these youngsters that are coming in, and it's amazing. You guys are the future of our sport. So tell us, how did Florida go? And tell us that whole experience.
Well, Florida was actually pretty awesome. Bubba Raceway, I actually had fun there. The facility was good. The track was good, and I actually loved it. I learned a bunch there from what I can usually get. And to me, I was happy with the results I got. And at the end of the day, I got to the feature. At least I made it in a position and finished the race. I didn't pull off. Even though I got left, I just finished the race, because there's one thing we always say. If you don't finish the race, that's a loss. If we finish the race, that is a win for us.
Right. Nothing more important than seat time.
Yeah, 100%. We run a little thing. Us full fender guys, we like to self-promote quite a bit because we're kind of we're the redheaded stepchildren of the racetracks. But the shootout series, street stock shootout series, that's between Accord, Bethel, and Orange County. And I did not win any one of those races, but just consistent. I was there every race, and wound up winning the championship. So yes, absolutely 100%. The more you're on that track, the more you're learning. So Bubba Raceway Park, was there another racetrack that you guys hit?
Actually, North Florida Speedway as well.
Okay.
I actually loved that track a bunch because it's actually smooth and nice. It was so smooth, no bumps at all. I loved the track and the facility. The people were nice. Everyone was nice there.
Right. So how many sportsman guys were showing up here for the Florida? Now, was it like a series for you guys, or was it just like a couple of nights of racing? What was that about?
It was basically a series, I'd like to call it, but my father calls it a few nights of racing.
And a getaway. Vacation.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So Bubba Raceway, and that's awesome. North Florida. And so how many sportsman guys were showing up to these races?
From what I can remember, around 30. And plus, what was his name? He was on here last time. I watched his YouTube video of the live stream. I forgot. He was the Black 26. Dang.
Oh,
Corey?
Yeah.
Corey.
Yeah.
Corey.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice. So, and how, so your dad is also looking for a ride this year as well, right? So is it been now? Did he step down and you're running one of his old cars? Like how or did you guys go out and buy something new? Like tell us a little bit about that.
He stepped down, and then we bought the chassis for this car from Tyler Boniface. Then
Okay.
we got the body, we got it lettered up at Pilot's Graphic Designs. Good designer, I loved it. And then we had to get the tires, and we just built it from the ground up. Day by day, we worked on it every day.
Now, see the open wheel fans, they want to know what kind of chassis are you running? And
I always run Hig Fab. Hig Fabs are fun. And plus, Cody Higbee's in my school. I love that kid. He's a nice kid.
Nice, man. Dude, I love it. Gary, this kid's got the enthusiasm. His father's the same exact way,
he's
man.
got some energy behind him.
Yeah, his dad popped up at a red light one time in Middletown, and he yells over, "Hey, are you having fun?" And I was like, "What? No, man, it's 7 o'clock in the morning." And he's like, "I am," and then drove away. I love it, man. You got to keep that energy, and that's absolutely amazing. So Hig Fab chassis, have you driven any other chassis or like
no,
what do you prefer? You just want a Hig Fab and that's it. Let's go.
Yeah, Hig Fab and that's it because they're actually reliable and I love them.
Yeah, nice. So let's talk about your 2021 season. Where are you going? Do you plan on running for a championship or you just raise like where tell us what you got going on this year?
I'm just planning on having fun and racing with my pops down at Accord, Orange County and 5 Mile.
Okay. So do you plan on running for points or just when we feel like racing, we're going to go racing. When we're not, we're going to stay home?
My father says we'll do both in between, but he doesn't really care about the points. He mostly cares about my seat time, and that's what mostly I care about as well because it's more funner when I be inside the seat and drive.
Yep. Listen, I always found when you're points racing, it makes it another job. It makes it stressful, and there's no fun in that. So I usually start looking at points with about 2 to 3 weeks to go. And if we're there, great. And if we're not, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think even sometimes I take a week off so that I'm not even involved with it. Yeah. So name some of the so you've raced at Hamlin. You've raced at Oakland Valley. You said that's one of your favorite tracks. Have you run at Accord yet? Have you been up there yet?
I actually have. I practiced there a few times. That is actually the first track I've been to in this thing, and that's where I learned basically.
Okay. And out of all the tracks, what so far has been your ultimate favorite that you would love to race?
My ultimate favorite, Orange County, because it's my home track.
Yeah. Now, is it the how do you feel about the new surface? Is it tough for you to get a hold of, or you're kind of digging it? Or?
I'm already digging it because I'm already on like 3/4 throttle around, and I'm just going around practice there. No one caught me. I was actually pretty surprised.
Okay.
But I will say, Accord will teach you how to drive. I mean, you're up on the wheel.
Yeah,
Whether you're first or last, you are racing your ass to get around that place.
Yeah. Now, it's Accord seems to be a little tough sometimes in the sportsman division, but I think any racetrack, you guys have nights where it's tough. You know what I mean? It's just there isn't a whole lot of give and take in that division.
Yeah,
now. How long do you think that you want to stay in the sportsman? Or are you looking to move up as soon as you can, or you just want seat time?
I'm just here for the seat time, and then when I feel like I'm ready for small blocks, I'll move up there, and then I'll do the same thing over. I'll stay in for a few years in small blocks and move up to big blocks, and then keep going.
Yeah.
See how far I can get.
So do you think in the future your dad's going to get back in the car, and then you and him will be racing each other? Are you looking forward to that? Do you think that'll happen?
I think it'll happen, but all I'm going to say is it's going to be fun because it's going to be a father and son battle if we're ever both fighting for the lead.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. We've seen that before, with the Smalleys, Jay Smalley, Steve Smalley, you know what I mean? Those guys. And that's always cool, father and son. So we're, you're looking at Accord, Orange County. Now, some of the bigger races that are coming up, for, I guess they have like the Grit Series, the Short Track Super Series. Do you plan on hitting any of those, or is it just?
My father's actually thinking of putting me on the Short Track Super Series because it's long and I will get a bunch of seat time from going to different tracks one by one.
Yeah, nice. Okay. And so the one part here that seems to be kind of popular, we've been asking here, I guess it started opening night. Out of all the races that you could possibly win, other than the Daytona 500, what would be the one race you would really, truly want to win in your career?
The one track I would really like to win.
What race? Would it be the Chili Bowl, Super Dirt Week, Eastern States 200, even the Sportsman 75 lapper that Middletown, I think is a 50 lapper now, anything, any one of those races, which one would you like to win?
Mainly I would like to win Eastern States.
The
badly.
200.
Yeah.
See, another one, man. That's awesome. Good stuff. So just looking at some of the questions coming in here too, and those everybody that's watching, of course, this is Aidan Elliott, third generation driver, of course, the son of Donnie Elliott, and his grandfather raced, and he picked up a first feature win, a 5 Mile Point here just a few short months ago. Of course, that was last season. Looking to be running Accord, Orange County, and possibly some of the short track Super Series. So as we're talking to Aidan, please feel free, just go ahead and pipe right in if you got a question for him. We'd love to try and we'll try and get to as many as we can, and. So, Aidan, let's talk about some of the names on the side of your race car here this year. Who do you got helping pay the bills?
I have Smart Energy Emissions, Scotty's Barbershop, Spire Electric, which pays for my fuel. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be driving. And of course, I have Quality Heating and Cooling.
Okay.
And they just fixed my AC about a few years ago, and he did phenomenal.
This kid's got it.
Yeah, man. I think his father prepped him for that one. He
yeah,
make
that's
sure
what I'm thinking. Oh,
yeah, he did, actually.
So this one here coming in from Casey Huffcut. Of course, we had Casey on the show here a couple of weeks ago. Casey's asking, would you ever get back in a slingshot?
If I would like to, if anyone had like a spare car, I would actually gladly run, and I would actually have my father help me so that I can learn and work more on that car and then just fly it.
Nice.
And just bring back old childhood memories.
Childhood memories, he says.
And plus, there's one thing.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Dean Casey and RJ Sherman were all the three amigos because we all usually get first, second, or third because we're all good drivers to each other. We all race clean with each other. We have fun.
Yeah, and that's and that's a key factor, man. You guys are all grown up, Oakland Valley, moving from the slingshots into the sportsman, and again, you guys are the future of our sport. Coming in, one of the great, a very great announcer, Rick Ryder, a good buddy of ours, a good buddy of mine. Dude, the guy's been around forever. He should be in the Dirt Car Hall of Fame as far as his announcing and stuff goes. His question to you is, what's the biggest difference between the slingshot and your sportsman? Other than the size, we all know one's bigger than
horsepower.
Basically, with the modified, the reason it's different is because it shifts to one side when you lift, and it wants to and it sends you to the side of your car. The slingshot, it never really sent me to the side of the car. I just kept it straight and just kept it still.
Yeah, I drove a sportsman a couple of times. Gary, you've been in one.
Yeah, that
Not
was
sure
my
how you
first
got out of it.
impression. That was my first impression too. I thought it was going to flip over in the corner.
Yeah, but every time I went in the corner, I would grab the bar. I was like this on the bar. I was like, and the first sportsman I ever drove was Eddie Walters, and then Jeff Richardson let me take his car out once at Accord. Okay. And man, I just felt like I was gonna fall out of the seat. I was like, and then even Mike Wazlowski, I drove his one night, and that didn't end too well, man. The car looked like the Batmobile once I was done with it. I got run over. So, But Aidan, absolutely awesome. You're definitely just an up and comer, in this sport, and we really appreciate you being on here. You've got a bright future ahead of you. 15 years old, picking up a feature win, with some of the top sportsman drivers in the Northeast, and man, that's amazing. And to have your parents backing you the way they do is even better. You know what I mean? It's absolutely awesome that they take you down to Florida and you're getting all that experience. In your racing career so far, what would you say has been your most memorable moment? What's
my most memorable moment is when I was winning at 5 Mile. I was actually not counting on winning. I was actually counting on being passed. But once I broke it off and I was counting down the laps from 10 to 9 and over. I say that in the car so I don't get bored. And then once the final act came around, I just realized the shock that came in.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts of 5 Mile? What do you think about that place?
I think the track and the facility is beautiful. I just love that track. The people are nice. We know people that are there, and the owner, he's just a nice dude.
Yeah, that's what struck me too. The people that run the place are very friendly and they're good people there too.
Yeah, I've raced there twice, and I think it's awesome when guys were coming off the track with say a left rear flat, and the announcer's yelling it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's, left rear flat.
Yep.
My question is, right? So your dad's over in the pit area, right? And you wind up winning the feature. How do they get those people from the pit area over to Victory Lane?
You cross the track.
Yeah, it's a long way.
And my best friend Alex that raced slingshots with me, he actually was there, and we were jumping. And
so is it up by turns 1 and 2? Like you walk behind those jersey barriers? Like how do you get there? The first time I was there, I was actually pretty close to winning, and I was like, man, how do I get my crew over here if I win? Of course I didn't win, but I wound up I think 4th overall, but I was 2nd, and it was like DOT and then American. It was weird, but I was like, man, how do I get my guys here?
You walk down from the exit of where the cars exit, and they just walk down and they cross the track.
Huh.
Yeah, you got to come literally from the other side.
Yeah, you just gotta wait until all the cars leave, and then you can cross the exit on where they come off, and then just walk right down.
Yeah. So it's just a really unique racetrack, man. It was tough to find the groove there. Did you find it easy to find the groove, or how did that?
It took me about a practice and a heat for me to find the perfect groove and the perfect line on where to hit the brake.
So is that the first time when you won up there? Was that the first time you'd ever been there?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And I've kept up the streak. That is my 3rd time. I have done 3 wins on my first year there.
Nice.
Wait till you have the luxury of hitting the styrofoam walls they got there. I'll tell you, it's crazy because the first time I ever went there, the dude cracked the wall, and I come around, and the guy was carrying the block, and I looked like 6 times, like what the hell? But it's styrofoam, really, on the corners. It's crazy. It makes you like, what the hell? This guy's carrying blocks around.
There is one thing. My father does say this. He says, whatever you do not go to the top. Stay towards the bottom or the middle. If you go to the top, say goodbye to your car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think nowadays it's tough. You got guys that are 8 wheels are better than 4. So your dad knows this guy Tony Gearhead, right? He just popped on. He said he's sorry he was late. He was on the road. Your dad will think that's funny. Your dad, he's worked for your dad before. So,
he's probably laughing in there. Right
now.
Yeah.
So Tony, thanks for stopping in, man. It's good to see you're sober. Good job.
So what happens if Pops don't find a ride and you start? Does he throw you out of that thing? Is he having the itch? It seems like he's starting to get the itch again. He's
actually starting to get the itch. If he doesn't find a ride, he will just buy one himself, and I'll have to work on 2 cars at once.
Yeah. So what are the now we ask all you young guys, what are the rules in order for you to continue to race? Like, do you have to keep good grades? Is there chores that you have to do? Like, what is the rules for you to keep racing?
My rule is to just
no. Don't say my rule. Say my mom's rule, because that's mom's rule.
But the rule is that I got to keep my grades up, and plus I have to work on this thing. If I don't, I'm not racing.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to ask you, if you're hands on with that thing.
I think you need to be. You know what I mean? If something happens with the car, you need to know what's going on. You need to know whether or not you can stay out there, or if it's something that's going to be expensive to fix. You know what I mean? So it's
and it's good. They said they built it from the ground up. So,
yeah.
Putting all the parts and components on there, that's a big help, knowing what's going into that thing.
So another story that I have from your dad. I've watched your dad win races in Orange County. There was one night, I want to say he took a nasty tumble. I want to say it was down in turn 1.
Oh, I remember that.
And he got out of the car, and I happened to be the announcer that night. And he comes running, and I just remember the race director at the time. I'm not going to name any names, Suitcase. But
Yeah,
but he starts hollering on the radio, "Tell him not to come to the tower." And the coolest thing that I saw was your dad ran back into the grandstands, and I believe he gave your mom a hug. And I think you were there too. When it was either you or your brother.
I was when I was little. I was on my cousin Kelsey's shoulders. Basically, the only reason he got out of that quickly is because he said, "Get me out of this darn thing. I'm not sitting here." Because the reason is I screamed to the top of my lungs, "Dad," and it scared him. So he got out of the car and booked it towards the grandstands to give me a hug.
Yeah,
make sure
and the place went crazy
him,
over that. Meanwhile, the race director thought he was about to take a thumping, and and I don't even remember how it happened. You know what I mean? And stuff like that is always just it's real scary, especially when you're a racer yourself. You know what I mean? And stuff like that happens. It's really, really scary. And Kelsey gasps. She says he also wanted the car flipped because of the price of fuel was high. But yeah, you know what? I always thought that was amazing. That's always been, I think, the biggest thing for the Elliott family is you guys. It's always been family, and it's always been, no matter what, at the end of the day, you guys are a close-knit family, and I think that's amazing. Listen, I think that you have a bright future ahead of you, and again, man, thank you for being on here. And lots of luck here in 2021. We definitely we'd love to have you back on and later on in the season and see how things are going.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, man, no worries. So just looking to see if anybody else I got a couple more minutes here with Aidan and see if anybody's got any questions and stuff. And if not, Gare?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get through to see what's going on with her.
Okay.
So if you want to just keep chatting for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we could talk racing all night long. Yeah. So, but yeah, even Dave Allen just popped in. And of course, he was one of the promoters over at Oakland Valley Speedway. So they're saying that it looks like that they're going to four-wheelers and dirt bikes and stuff. Do you think that that's going to hurt the up-and-coming guys that are moving from go-karts into slingshots? Do you think that'll hurt them if they don't run slingshots there anymore?
I think it will, but I don't want to say nothing. But the dirt bikes, they look fun, but I have a feeling they're dangerous. But the slingshots, I suggest going towards the rookies, then move up to juniors. Yeah. I didn't take all-stars because they're the same horsepower, but I'm just a few seconds faster than an all-star.
Yeah. So I see cousin Larry here. He just popped on, Larry O'Donnell. So that reminds you, any thoughts on possibly going up and trying Bethel? A little bit of asphalt racing?
We thought about it before in the middle of the season. We have the shocks and stuff for it, but I'm just waiting until there's basically a bunch of cars there, because from what I've heard right now, there is like almost no cars at Bethel right now. But
yeah, but it's that would definitely. I think you're going to see that division hopefully start to grow. I think Andy Crane's doing a decent job at trying to get them to get that division to grow. But even with less cars, I mean that gives you a little bit more seat time, And I think being a first time driver, I don't think you pay to race up there for your first time. Is that? I think I'm not sure if I'm right on that, but yeah, we'd love to see you up there on the asphalt and give it where. So where do you see yourself going with this? Do you want to, are you looking to race big block modified full time? Are you looking to get into NASCAR? Like where do you want your racing career to go?
I'm looking, actually, if you want the truth, my big dream is to actually go up to Formula One.
Really?
To try to get there, yeah.
Okay. And what's the why Formula One?
Because basically it's the most technological and they're fast cars, and to me that's basically a goal to race with one of the big guys.
If you ever flip one of them things over, you're gonna look like me. You know that, right?
Yes, but except the whole thing's carbon fiber, so the whole thing would just be gone.
Yeah, so will your hair too. It's gonna scrape all that stuff off, man.
That's the reason there's the halo.
So
all right, so we're good here now.
All right. So again, we were sitting here talking with Aidan Elliott. Aidan, again, man, we appreciate you being on here, dude. You're a fun little dude, man. That's cool as hell, and definitely
love
be
the
keeping
energy.
an eye out.
Love the energy.
Yeah, dude, I love it. It's awesome. And,
everyone says I'm joyful.
Yeah, dude, this is amazing. It's really cool. Aidan, again, thanks for being on here with us, man, and definitely we'd love to have you back on here later on in the season, see how it's going for you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me here.
All right.
Take care, buddy.
No problem. See you, lads.
All right. So, Aidan Elliott, dude, that kid there, full of energy,
A lot of energy. All right.
So
here we go. We got Allison, Ricky now.
Okay. So joining us, where are you in jail?
No, I just got off work.
Oh man, it looked like she's calling us. This is the only call I had.
Yeah, right.
So Allison, Ricky joining us here, Northeast Happy Hour, Predmore and Mearns. Allison, thank you for joining us, man.
That's really dedication.
Anytime. Yeah. Anytime.
So I got to start off. I have to start off with apologies. I really do. I don't know if you've bought the DVD or watched the race from Eastern States weekend. I have to apologize to you. I was in the announcer's booth with Timmy Pitts. I kept calling you Jessica. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He caught a lot of riff over that. So
yeah. Oh my God. Listen, I got home in my personal, what do they call it? DMs or whatever. It was, I was the worst representation in Orange County history. And I was like, I just don't know how to read, guys. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But listen, I appreciate you not getting your father and your uncles and your relatives to come find me. That's awesome. There's a lot of you guys.
Because I could have been bad.
I didn't even know about it till now, so you're good.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So you know what? Never mind. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Never happened.
It's all good.
All right, so let's get right into it, man. How does it feel? And you're probably gonna, you guys are very humble. Your entire family. I've known your dad a long time. Announcing up at Accord and stuff, and your uncle Mike. But you are literally breaking records and setting the standard for females in big block modified racing. Has that sunk in that there are young girls in the stands going, I want to be like Allison Ricky?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It hasn't sunk in yet because I really haven't done much big block racing yet. And this year we're full blown big block and actually small block. But yeah, it's awesome to inspire other little females in the stands that want to be up, going racing.
I had the pleasure this year, and it was you and Jessica Friesen. You guys it was the first time ever in the history of the Orange County Fair Speedway, and I even look back as far as I could, and I think anywhere that they've had an all-female front row in an open wheel division. I mean, you're breaking records here. I mean, but you stay humble. How are you able to do that? How are you able to just stay humble? I mean, you come from a very famous racing family.
Yes. I mean, that's hard to try to live up for, and you got to stay humble. You can't let that stuff get in your head and make you have a big brain, big head, and just keep doing what you're doing and hopefully it'll get better,
Yeah, absolutely. So when did you decide that you wanted to try and drive? Now, I think we've heard this story before, right? Isn't it? Didn't you go to you used to work on the cars?
I always wanted to drive.
Okay. Now, who was it that wasn't letting you? Was that dad or was that grandpa?
Pretty much both of them weren't letting me. And then my mom's dad actually was like, they need to put her in a race car. And then me and my boyfriend went and just drug one out. My grandfather went away for the weekend. And came home, and here we are working on an old Troyer, getting it going. And he says, I guess she's serious. And then ever since then,
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and so you started primarily up at Accord, right? Then you start and you just jumped right into the sportsman division?
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much, because back then they didn't have the rookies yet.
Right.
And then the second full season, well, I should say my first full season, they introduced the rookie sportsmen down at Middletown. Mm-hmm. And that's when I decided to go drive. Sorry, it's a little cold in here, so I'm a little
That's all right, no worries. No worries. It's all good. Listen, I'm a bald guy, man. We're cold all the time. That's why my face looks the way it does.
It got cold today after it being 50 degrees. But
yeah, man.
And then we did the rookies, and then at Accord they finally split the open sportsmen's and the crates, and I raced that, and that's how I got my wins and everything, which was nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I got a monkey on my back.
So that's my next question. And looking and, you try to prep a little bit for, an interview, especially, somebody at your caliber of a driver. And has a woman ever won a big block modified race anywhere?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to call it, Gary. I think Allison, I think you're going to be one of the first ones.
I hope so. I'm going to try like hell this year. Hopefully we get to race more than we did last year. I mean, came close if that race with Jess, my motor didn't expire. I was hoping for a nice top 5 with a small block.
Yeah.
But against the big blocks, which was awesome,
So with you've had a chance to race on both surfaces at Orange County, and which are you finding the new surface tougher to get a hold of? Are you liking the old one better? Tell me your thoughts on that.
I like the new surface. It's definitely harder to get used to it because we're always used to the rubbered up, go ahead and go. But now it's nice. You got 4 lanes of racing, but now you got all these coil setups and you got other setups. It's hard. Now you got to really go back to the drawing boards to figure out what to do. My dad says I feel like we're going back in old school racing back in the 80s.
Yeah. And you're not getting like a cookie cutter car where everybody has the same thing. Now you're starting to get, a lot more options and stuff. And I think that's awesome.
Exactly. Everybody has pretty much the same equipment, and then it goes by motor. And like with the Deos, you got to have the right motor package, and it's just, you got to know your stuff.
Yeah. So when you first started out, you pull the car out, you decide you're going to go racing. Did you have the funding behind you, or was that something that you had to earn? And because right now you're running for the best team, I think, in dirt modified racing right now, and that's Halmar.
Yes. No, I didn't. When I first started, it was my grandfather and a couple sponsors. I had Backwoods Brew, Dean Cial, but it was nothing like I have now, and I worked for it.
Yeah, absolutely, 100. Listen, you don't just pick up a ride with Halmar, just because, you know what I mean. And I think that's awesome. How has that been for you as far as being down in the pit area? Your teammate is he's got to be one of the top drivers in the country right now. Are you able to bounce ideas off of Stu? Or is he easy guy to talk to? You learning from him. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, he helps. Like if I go to a track that I've never been to, I'll shoot him a text or a call and ask him some questions about it, and he pretty much puts me in the ballpark. He's very good, and Horton and all those guys, they're awesome. If you go up to them, they'll help you out all the time. It's actually great to have that behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, is it you're primarily like give us of your 2021 schedule? We've seen you a lot at Orange County. We saw you at Albany, Saratoga. I want to say, was it last year or the year before, and had an amazing run. You were all that they could talk about on social media. So what do you got planned for this year? Where are you going to run? What's the goals?
We're definitely doing Middletown, both big block and small block. We're going to try to do much Deo shows as we can, and then maybe hit Accord here and there, depending on how my schedule works out with the other races. Yeah, just traveling, and if any like the dirt series races are local, we'll go to those, and whatever comes about usually, but mainly Middletown.
Yeah. So have you now, forgive me, I apologize. Have you had the chance to race with your dad and your uncle? And if you have, yeah. Okay. So, and are you able to learn from them, or are they or do they treat you just like anybody else?
Well, they treat me pretty much just like anybody else on the racetrack.
They're not Rough Riders. These guys race. They give what they get.
I could see Mike. I could see Mike more than
Mike's a Rough Rider. My dad, he'll race you clean. He slides up a little bit when you're like on the top and cuts you off.
Yeah.
But he always said, if you pass me, I'll be done. I passed him, and he still denies it to this day, but we won't talk about it.
I can see your dad. No, you didn't. I don't remember that.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So-
tries to say I didn't pass him, and then the yellow
What
came
was-
out right after, and they had me ahead of him. I was like, Dad, I passed you.
Yeah. So do you find it? I mean, your dad has won. Has made an awesome name for himself. Your Uncle Mike, I want to say, he's a hell of a race car driver, but I think he's more famous for what the hell was that show that he was on there with Scott Ferrier or some crap?
Whackdown
yeah.
Sports.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so all right. So do you find it hard sometimes to stay composed? Because how do I word this without sounding like a sexist pig? Because you're a female, do you think that guys are racing you the same way they would race other guys? Or do you think they're a little more lenient because you're a female? Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I think they race me the same way they would race somebody else.
Yep, they run you right over. Absolutely.
I mean, and then I race them the same way I would race anybody else.
Yeah.
I try to race clean as much as you can, but sometimes you got to put a little bump in there to get them out of the way.
Yeah. So do you find it hard to stay composed in the car, or is it one of those and what I'm getting at is, me, I'm an emotional guy, and things happen, and it's happened a couple of times. I have an issue with that. You know what I mean? And Jerry Higbee taught me, hey, listen, man, get out of the car, go drink a bottle of water. If you still feel you need to go say something, then go do that. I mean, I don't think I've ever once seen you upset inside the car, outside the car. And I guess what I'm getting at, I've seen your dad upset. I've seen your Uncle Mike upset. How are you able to stay that composed? Because every time you pull on the track, the spotlight is on you.
Yeah, that too, and even off the track, even off out of the car, the spotlight's on me. So I mean, I do get mad, and I try to hold it in as much as I can. There was a couple times I got out and ran to the other guy and said, "Hey, listen, I'll be a female. I'll run up to a grown man. I don't care. I'm still the same as you. It all depends on the situation, I should say.
Yeah.
On how it happens. I walked up to some guy and told him, and then the next couple hours later, he actually messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, but you couldn't do it there." And I was a little mad.
Yep.
But I try to stay composed as much as I can. I can have a bad attitude if I wanted to, but it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. Awesome.
So
let's talk about some of the sponsors and stuff you got on the side of your car, and how did that come about? How did you wind up with a ride with Halmar?
I actually was racing down in Middletown, and I won the race. Started pretty much last, and came up and won the race. And that's when Willie was in charge. Chris walked up to Willie and said, "I want her on the team." And ever since then, that's how it's been. And I can't thank him enough. I wouldn't be where I am without that.
Yeah. Do you guys maintain the cars all at one big shop, or do you guys have your own shop? How does that work?
They're at our personal shops.
Okay, nice.
They used to be in a big shop in Highland when my uncle and all them are on the team, but they're at our own shops. So.
Nice. All right. So 2021, looking. What's the schedule look like for you?
Hopefully, I win.
What's
I've had this
where
Middletown, I hope.
Okay.
The competition's just so hard anymore.
Yeah.
And I've come so close to getting a win and just finishing second, and it's starting to drag, Yeah, definitely. But hopefully Middletown, Orange County, all that. We'll hit Malta, hopefully, Lebanon Valley, the Deo racing. That's my plan, hopefully. With all this COVID, who knows what's going to go on.
Now, when you go to the Deo stuff, do you use the same motor, or do you have a big, small, specifically for that? 'Cause I know his motor combos are big.
Yeah, I have a big, small block. We're actually going to Georgetown in 2 weeks.
Okay.
That's where we're starting, and we're going there. But, yeah, I have a big, small block that I use.
Nice.
And he changed the weights at certain tracks, which is nice. So, if I have my big, small block, I don't have to weigh 2,500 pounds.
Right. Yep.
Nice.
So
nice. Out of all the tracks you've raced at, I mean, the past couple seasons, you guys put some miles on the road there. What is one of your your favorite track that you like to race at?
I actually one of my favorite tracks I would say is Middletown, just because of the changing of the surface. There's just 3 lanes of race, 4 lanes of race, and it's fun, and it's local. Don't have to travel so much. But when we went down to I think it was South Carolina, right? that Brasstown, that Tri-County track was awesome. I thought that was awesome, being banked and
That's that red clay down there, right?
That's
Don't they have red clay?
Yeah, that was
that's
really
that good
fun track.
surface.
Yeah, it was nice.
Awesome. So again, we've been asking everybody that's been on the show, if you could win any race whatsoever, other than the Daytona 500, what would be the one race that you would really want to win?
Eastern States.
Yeah, man. See, so we got the past 4 weeks. It's been the Chili Bowl, but tonight it's been Eastern States. That's cool.
Even Dirt Week, one of those would be nice. Everybody said a Chili Bowl, but I'd rather do something that I'm in. And
yeah. When Syracuse was around, I mean, to me that was the race to win. And unfortunately, it's not there anymore. But even Super Dirt Week, I think. Do you think that it still has the prestige that it has now that it's not on the mile?
No, I don't think it has as much as hype as it used to.
Yeah.
But Oswego was fun. I raced there once and it was fun. I wish I could. I want to go back. Hopefully this year we'll be able to go back. But that Eastern States is definitely one of the highest ones. It's always been since I was little.
So somebody's piping in here. I just saw it's what is it? The Loud Pedal podcast, right? It says, "Would you bump your dad out of the way for 100,000?" Can I answer this one?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Yes.
We got to think about that one.
Sorry, Dad.
I wouldn't even apologize. I'd look right at him and be like,
yeah. But I think with Uncle Mike it would be a little bit tougher though. I think he might give it back.
I'd be done. Yeah, I'd be the ball.
You're gonna wind up on that wacky wild world of sports crap again.
Yeah. And then we'd be crawling out on the racetrack after.
Yep.
Listen, that's awesome. That's amazing. All right, so Racing Halmar 2021, everything else is looking. The season is looking good. The cars are looking good, and you just every year you seem to impress me even more and even more and even more. Believe me when I tell you, even us little old street stock guys, we're out there, we're watching you modify gals anymore, and it's awesome. It's awesome what you guys are doing.
You guys put a show on it for Eastern States.
Listen, that was an expensive show. That was one of those. I was in a wreck with I think 4 laps to go, and I still wound up third, and I don't know how. I think it's just because everybody else was dead. I think they died.
It was entertaining to watch.
Oh yeah, as Brett says. Oh yeah, it was very interesting. No, it was a wreck fest, dude. Listen, lap 5, you should have thrown the checker. That'd have been cool with a 14.
Yeah, so, it's bad.
Allison, absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. I have 4 daughters. I have 6 kids total. My one daughter, Kerrigan, she's 10. She comes to the track with me. The other day she came in and she had one of your sweatshirts on. It was one of the pink ones. And I asked her, I said, honey, how'd you get that? She's like, Dad, it's Allison's shirt. I was like, all right, I'm sorry. So she asked me not to embarrass her tonight. And I hope that I didn't do that. And I'll tell you what, it's an absolute pleasure to watch you you work.
I just want to say too, your Miles of Hope, that's a great foundation. My sister has stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, and they've helped her. Like that's really a great organization.
I like that they're kind of like not like the big organizations like the corporate. They're kind of. I love that, and it kind of sucks. We really couldn't do anything for them this year because there was nothing going on.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about that. What is it that are you contributing part of your winnings to that? Like, what is it that you're doing with them?
So we'll get shirts made up of the breast cancer. All the proceeds from that will go into that, and all my earnings will put into that too. So I don't make any.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Sometimes Chris will hop in and help on that too, and everything. So yeah, we raise it pretty high. I try.
Yeah, good. Man.
It's a really great awesome foundation too. It really is.
And I think it's what I like the most about it, and I like what you're doing is you actually you believe in what it is that you're doing, and to me, you can, you know what I mean. You can almost, I think a lot of some of the really I think like national level racers and stuff. I think they do it just because their publicist says that they have to, and I think it's something that you can see right in your face. You know what I mean? That's something you believe in, and that's awesome. That's great.
Always have since God. Will be my 6th year racing. For 6 years, this will be that and now we're kind of like leaving them on the car all year, and So everything I make pretty much goes to them.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it seems like it's coming in here like crazy now, Allison. So of course, Gary and I, we're known for, we're full fender guys, but we're big fans of racing. So everybody's asking, if you had a chance to get into a street stock, would you?
I raced the street stock.
She's right. Yeah.
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 Powder puff multiple times.
Yeah.
Where the hell have I been?
Where the hell you been?
I remember her racing at Accord with the street stock. Yeah.
45 going for the lead. John Wanowski came down and they said I took him out and they sent him to the
Yes. I was the announcer for that. Man, am I an idiot? Oh my God.
Yep.
Listen, I used to be a blonde dude. Now I'm just Caucasian. What an idiot. Yeah, I remember that. Wow, dude.
Yep.
Listen, once you pass 40, you just forget shit.
Forget everything, right?
Yes. Listen, again, all the kids in my house, they'll come out. What's your name? Don't lie to me. You live here. I'll find out. But
I would so get back in one of those just for fun. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, they're 30, 40 years old. You're trying to make them do what they're not supposed to do. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
How are they on that slick rip track?
They are a handful.
I bet.
The best way to describe it is the first time I drove a Sportsman, well, you could probably better than me. You let off the wheel and the car just jerks, right?
Yeah.
So every time you stood on the throttle, with DOT tires, it just wants to break loose. So you're literally don't break the eggshell. You're so easy on the throttle, and you really feel like you're not going anywhere until you stop all of a sudden. When you hit somebody head on, then you realize, oh yeah, it's going pretty good.
But if you didn't have that big cheater motor, you wouldn't be spinning the tires either. So.
Thank you, Tony Gearhead.
Yep.
Thank you, Pete Matthews, Engine Shop, Dawson Avenue, Milltown, New York.
Biggest crate motor I ever seen.
Yeah, listen, if it was so cheated up, you think I'd win more, right?
Oh, well,
I'm just saying.
You still got to get it to the track.
Yeah. So, but it's they're a handful, especially on DOT tires. I had actually, and that was one of the other questions, Gary. Man, you're slipping. American Racer, Hoosier. What do you prefer?
The American Racers are nice because there's no sidewall, so they roll nice. The Hoosiers, I feel I'm better on Hoosier tires, even though they're not that great. But the American Racers, I'm okay. But I think it's because I've raced on Hoosiers more than I have American Racers. But the American Racers, you definitely get way more grip, and it's just a better tire.
Yeah. Do you find it frustrating that you have to have so many different compounds of tire in order to go to different racetracks? Would you like to see everybody on the same tire?
Yes and no. I mean, it would be nice because then they're all in the same ballpark. But sometimes if you can't change a tire, but you need to go softer, it kind of sucks because then you're going to chew up this one tire that you're not going to use. And then you go to Accord, it's going to rip apart because it's like too much.
Yeah.
But I do like it because it's cost efficient. You don't have to pay a fortune to bring 20 different tires up to a racetrack. You only have to bring a handful. That's what I like about it because it definitely helps the lower end of people like my dad and everybody to get tires to go. You don't need so much.
Right. So are we gonna see your dad more in Orange County this year, or is he still kind of looks like he's starting to taper off a little bit with his career?
Yeah, he likes to focus. He always tells me, I like watching my kids.
Yeah. Because I mean, your brother's a hell of a wheelman too. It must be like they're born. You guys are like the Rickies are born, and then it's just okay. Get a go-kart.
Exactly.
But they're only 4 weeks old. Watch it; they're gonna win. It's gonna be all right, guys. Put them in the go-kart.
On a dirt bike at like 2 years old. I was a little thing.
I still don't even ride a dirt bike.
No. Yeah. So who has the final say there? You or the old man?
Sometimes it's me.
Sometimes.
More me, like, I'm dad, we're going there. He goes, no, we're not. I said, oh, yeah, we are. And then we ended up. I said, well, we're going then. But he helps us kids more than anything. And I think you'll see him at Accord. You definitely see him there. I don't think you'll see him at Middletown. Because his motor's not legal for there. So, but yeah. Probably Accord and maybe ID8 and 5 Mile Point, a couple of those tracks. But he'll mainly focus on us kids than anything because he's about shot. He's washed.
Yeah. Listen, Allison said that. I didn't say it. Gary's
Yeah.
big enough to back his shit up. I didn't say it.
And I still didn't say it. I've seen some rowdy nights at Accord with the Rickies. Oh, yeah. Yep.
They're watching like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I don't know. I was 9 days old when I went to my first race, and that was at Accord Speedway. And I can even remember as a kid, that place, it's always been one of those nights, man. It's, what's that?
Something in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not going to lie, man. I've driven home with a breaker bar right on the seat.
Yep.
With me and my buddy Tony. Yeah, we drove home that way, and I was like, man, this is going to end bad, dude.
Yeah.
Not good. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely something in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice track. Don't get me wrong. I love the quarter mile.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's hard to race Friday and go Saturday with only 2 cars.
Yeah.
Got to my priorities. Go there when I can.
So, out of with everybody that you've raced with over the years, who's some of the guys that you like racing with?
I actually like racing with Jimmy Wells. He's a little rough rider, but I like racing with him. Jimmy Wells, Jam and Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think Steve Pato started that.
Yeah.
And as big as Jimmy is, I say you call him whatever the hell you want. Don't get me involved.
Yeah.
I actually like racing with my teammates. They're fun to race with, and I like racing with my teammates a lot. I mean, we didn't really do much racing this year, so it was kind of hard, It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a question there too. Have you raced at Bridgeport, the new facility, new service?
Bad, and we're planning on going there.
Oh, you are? Okay.
But if Middletown's off and small blocks are off, we'll probably go.
Yeah, that place is top notch.
I really want to try it, and I like Lebanon Valley Speedway, and it's like Lebanon Valley Speedway with a little bigger than Accord. And it looks amazing.
Yeah, Bridgeport, they got some buzz here this year. I mean, I actually have a second car that we're putting together. They're having a big street stock 10,000 to win race at the end of the year. And listen, we're going.
So if you ever want to get back into street stock, there you go.
Right?
Yeah, man. Listen, we're about the same height. So.
We'd be perfect. I don't know, are you 14-inch seat?
Yes. Yep. Well, now. Yeah, because I run 5 miles a day now, and I quit smoking going on 2 years. So I was,
awesome.
And I was like, oh man, I got to do something. So we would definitely.
We're hoping to go to Bridgeport, and right now it's hard to travel because of work.
Yeah.
Because if like when I go to Georgetown, I got to quarantine when I come back.
Yeah.
So it's hard to travel different states right now.
So for your Timmy Pitts has always said you're a school bus driver?
Yes.
Really?
Actually,
that's
I'm
awesome.
in the parking lot with him. Can you turn this camera around somehow? I would show. I'm in the parking lot at the bus garage, but yeah.
Nice. My
I don't know how to turn it around.
Why the hell are you out so late on a school bus? 8 o'clock. Jeez.
I had a
Sports
basketball
teams.
game tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Listen,
right.
I know this, and I'll tell you, my mother was a school bus driver, and the worst thing that ever happened to me was I'm at the bus stop, and she was my bus driver for an entire year, and that was miserable.
My mom was mine too.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was horrible. I forget. I did something stupid, and she was like, "Come here, sweet meat," and and I was called that until I graduated high school, and I was like, "Thanks, Mom. Thank you, thank you so much for that."
Thank you so much for that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wow. Nice.
But all right, so everybody that's if you're just joining us and just watching and all that other good stuff, and we are talking to the very famous in the Northeast, Allison Ricci. And Allison, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. It's great to finally actually to talk to you. I've announced races that you've been in, and I might have even. Yeah, I might have even. I'm an idiot.
Her name is Jessica. Don't forget.
Listen, I got it. I really do. I got it. I swear to God. I even came home and I don't. I'll screw it up again. Listen, I came home. My kids were just like, they were so ashamed. They're like, "Oh, can't believe you." I'm like, "What?"
It happens.
You know, my sister, she works in the office of the Orange County Fair Speedway. Kimmy, that's my sister.
Yeah.
And I even walked in after that, and she even looked at me and she goes, "Oh my God, she's gonna punch you in the face." And I went, "What?" And so they played it back, and I went, "Oh my God, dude, what an idiot!"
I mean,
but Timmy never corrected me.
It's close, right? I mean, Allison, Jessica, it's close, right? I mean,
there's an A and a J. It's really close,
right?
Alphabet,
Yeah.
Right?
Come on, Joel, be real.
Sweet meat. Oh yeah, see, now I started it. Now they're piping in sweet meat and Predmore.
There you go.
Oh God, you're
all right, Allison. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. We would love to have you back on here later in the season to see how things going. And you know, it's every once in a while I'll be able to get up in the announcers booth at Accord and Orange County, and I hope that I'm one of the guys that's announcing your first modified win, because it's coming. It's coming.
I hope so.
It would be awesome.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for asking me to come on.
Yeah, listen. I'm so sorry that you had to freeze in your car after work, but man, we appreciate it. Oh, all right, good stuff. So, rooftop sweetmeat. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have just kept my mouth shut.
For once in your life, you should have kept your mouth shut.
Nah.
Yep, just once. You just can't.
All right. So.
All right.
Yep. All right, Allison, we appreciate you, and good luck this year. And like I said, I'm pretty sure you're going to get that first one, and then many, many more.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Have a good one.
So,
so sweet meat. Here we go.
Man,
Japers.
Made me say the F word.
Yep.
So, Allison, Ricky, I'll tell you what, down to earth, just like your dad, you know, everybody, the Ricky family, absolutely awesome family. They really are. And you don't realize how many people are related to them. You know, it's kind of like myself. You know what I mean? People are like, "You're related to Larry O'Donnell?" Yeah, dude. Yeah. You know. Yep. And but Jimmy Wells, I believe that's I think that's a cousin.
Yeah.
Steve Williams, I also think he's a cousin somehow. I don't really know. Steve Williams, sportsman guy. He was pure stock champ at Accord a few years ago. Yeah. And
Jimmy's cool. I raced with Jimmy in the sportsman. He's real good.
Yeah, you know,
he's come a long way.
Listen, man. Yeah, one of those kids that you know, it was tough. He had a tough go of things, but man, kept plugging, and now look at him. You know, he's one of the top modified guys. You know, up at Accord right now. Sure. I think he's 2 championships, 1, something like that. I know he's got 1.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's definitely he's got the right people behind him too. That always helps.
Yeah, you know. So, again, man, we appreciate everybody who watches and shares and all that other stuff. Thank you so much. Yep. So, on the national scene, I guess the buzz right now is Bristol, the Dirt.
Bristol, yeah, that's coming up.
I'll tell you,
invitational though, which is
I don't get that. Why?
But
why? Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I actually watched all 3 races. The Roval from Daytona. I'm not a road course guy. But I'm not going to lie, I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I think it's the last 10 laps is what I really enjoyed.
Yeah. It's always that's what NASCAR is, you know. It's the first couple laps, and then you take a nap, and then you wake up for the end.
I mean, they tore some shit up.
Yeah, they did.
You know,
just like Daytona. Daytona was crazy.
Listen, I am now a fan of Joe Gibbs's grandkid. What's his name?
Ty
Gibbs. I'm a fan, dude. Again, that emotion, that kid, you know, first time ever in the Xfinity car, and the kid pulls off a win, and that emotion, that's awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
he's gonna be good. A lot of people. You know, you see a lot of people on there bashing him, you know, but talking about you know, with the money and all that stuff. But
you still got to drive the car.
Yeah, no, he's going to be good. He'll be all right. He came up from the ARCA. You know, he did good down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But
people hate winners, that's all.
Oh, that's why I have a lot of friends. Because I don't win much.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, folks. Gary, I don't know about you, man, but this was a cool show, man. We had 2 really
a lot of energy there.
People.
Lot of energy between both of them.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. You know what I mean? It's just really, Alice. I really, truly, I'm a fan. I really am. I love watching her race, and man, she's got some talent, and it always kills me, that she's a girl, and how could listen, dude, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Missy Dembeck years ago, man, she used to kick the shit out of all of us in the pure stocks back then. You know what I mean? And was it Terry Zeidema was another one? Carol Birchwell, Barbara Luce was one. I was a fan of hers.
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't remember Allison racing in up there.
As soon as she said that she took out John Winoski, I remember it. Yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah. So, but
she whooped up on us a couple times up there.
Nice.
Always good.
Yeah, man. So
I see Tommy Greer. He's like our number one fan, and we got to get Tommy. You got to come on the show, buddy.
Yeah, man. Listen, you got to hit up either me or Gary, dude. We'd love to have you on here.
We'd love to talk with you.
Yeah. So I think we've got quite the list, right?
Yeah, it's
I know
better, people contacting.
Yeah, we were looking.
It's growing.
What happened with Rogalski, Evan Rogalski, right? See, we're looking at. Don't listen, guys. Don't get discouraged. We will get you on the show hopefully soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. I already contacted so many. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to fit people in and do things. But we'll get you on. That's not a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, I think that not to sound conceited or nothing, man. We got a little something here. We got something cool going on, man. And again, I can't thank everybody enough who watches and listens to us. And we're just a couple of knuckleheads who really, really love racing. And this podcast is absolutely. I look forward to it every week, man. I really do. Bobby, thank you, brother. Hey, man, my condolences to you and your family on your loss there. I'm trying to remember her name. Oh my gosh, Bobby, what's the name there, brother? But one of their family members just passed away from cancer, and our condolences to them, and also our condolences to Whitey Memlar's family. I don't know if anybody else has heard. Whitey Memlar passed away from COVID, and 2 nights a week. Oof, dude, that's rough, brother.
Yeah, man.
Maybe when the race season starts, you know what I mean? We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Hope, that's her name. There you go. Thank you, Bobby. And our condolences to you guys, to the Waters family, and to Hope's family. Passed away from cancer. And
cancer sucks.
One of the girls I work with, Nicole Murdoch, that was one of her family members as well. And man, that's horrible. And again, Whitey Memlar passed away from COVID, and that was some nasty crap, dude. I had that in December, and dude, it wiped me out for a month, man. It was oof. Yeah. So
it's just nuts. But that's why I was saying with Allison, with that foundation, if people don't know about that foundation, that Miles of Hope, they really, look into that, because it's a really good foundation. It really is. They help my sister
awesome.
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I think it's amazing. I really do. I think it's great. And my oldest stepson Joshua, is autistic, and we try to donate as much as we can to autism foundations and stuff like that. Even the 1 year Charlie Donald did a charity race, and that went to I want to say it was AHRC, which is an association for the citizens and stuff. And dude, awesome. I love when people give back to the community and give back to certain organizations and mean it. You know what I mean? They're not just doing it just because, hey man, look what I did. You know what I mean? It's awesome. I think what Allison
she
does
puts up
great.
A pretty good thing. Yeah, I never really knew what her deal was with that.
Yeah. Wow,
that's
that's awesome. Yeah, because you know what I mean. She's got to be making some sort of a decent amount with with the sales of her products and stuff like that. Like I said, my own kid has a shirt, and I didn't even know I bought it for her. I had no idea.
See that? Just get that credit card out. You'll be all right.
Yeah. But all right, folks. So again, we really truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We're working on a background, so you guys don't have to see all my running stuff. And actually, this over here. That's my surname for Mearns. That's our Scottish. That's our tartan. That's the colors, and that's what all that means. And yeah, this is all my running crap back here, and I appreciate it. And Gary, you're all professional with a football stadium and shit. And,
yeah, well, it's otherwise it's the bed and the TV. You don't want to see that. What's behind there?
Yeah, no, we really don't.
Yeah. So it's all right. But I just want to give a plug to you see the Loud Pedal podcast on there, commenting. People Tuesday nights or I forget now, Monday or Tuesday, but they have their podcast. I shared the thing on there.
Yeah,
they
I
have
saw
some
that.
really good drivers on there. So people, plug in to listen to them guys too, because they really do have some really good interviews on their show as well. So if people just like listening to what people got to say, they're really good.
That's awesome.
And
I think it is Tuesday nights because I piped in there a little bit and do really cool show. Awesome, really smart guys.
They always got really good drivers on there too.
Yeah, man. But listen, man, we are about a month away from the kickoff of the season, and man, I'm excited. I really am. I'm stoked. We're actually my buddy Tony there. He's like, listen, man, you got to bring me the car. So we're getting ready to pull that out of the snowbank, out of the trailer.
There you go.
Yeah, get that up there.
And things are opening up. So
yeah, dude, it's awesome. It really is. The COVID vaccine is out, and
Brett was talking about.
Tuesday
night on their show.
Yeah, they had Tanner on there and
opening up. He's very confident that they're going to have fans in the stands there. So
I just real quick, before we go, and I really truly hope that they try and keep the pits. I was not a fan of having the pits outside, and I hope that they continue to do that. I mean, as a spectator, dude, it was awesome.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I was in the announcer's booth, but man, it was awesome. You can see everything.
Yeah.
And if they do have people down in the infield area, keep the stackers out back. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a mean way. A lot of these guys have to have them, for what it is that they do. But dude, it was, and it worked out well. It really did. They gave you the hot pit over in turns 3 and 4. And I don't know. I'm a big fan of it. Even racing, I was a fan of it. I really was. But
people have been calling for that for a long time.
Yeah,
to put the pits out there.
Oh yeah. So thank you, Tommy. This Saturday, Penn Can Speedway. They are having their enduro. I think that's the second enduro for this year. I believe their rules are on their website. So Penn Can Speedway doing awesome things out there. And thank you, Tommy, for sharing that with us. Sunday, also S&S Speedway in Pennsylvania. A bunch of us are all getting together. I think, what are they calling it? The Icebreaker Meltdown or something like that. It's being put on by Andy Crane, and that's this Sunday for us. And there's a bunch of us. I mean, you got some modified guys, sportsmen, street stock, slingshot guys, go-kart guys. I think we're all getting together. Everybody's going to race. Top 3 get trophies. This is going to be a really cool time.
I'm actually going to go out. I'm actually going to live stream that.
Are you? Nice.
Yeah. So we'll actually live stream it to this page.
Okay.
The race, and we'll talk and chat with the drivers and stuff like that. Just something different.
Okay.
For people that's home. They
so definitely. So keep an eye out for that. We're gonna live stream it, and Rebecca, no worries, man. Thank you. You guys are doing a great job with that kid. So Rebecca Elliott is on. Thanks for having Aidan on.
Definitely got his father's energy.
Dude, that kid is awesome. I love it. I love the enthusiasm, dude. I really do. I love it. I think it's awesome. So
but we do. I hope don't think we're kidding about next time Florida trip, right? Going to visit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So. But all right, guys. I guess that's it for me. I'm good. I think the wife is she's chomping at the bit. I think kids need showers and stuff, so I got to get moving. And but again, we appreciate every one of you guys for watching and gals for watching. Allison, thank you so much for coming on here tonight. And Aidan, dude, keep it up, brother, man. That kid is. I really like that kid. Oh, she says she has room. All right, we're coming.
Perfect. See that? Perfect.
All right, so keep an eye out this week early. Okay, we're gonna live stream the S&S Speedways race. And then we'll be back next week, and of course we'll let you know early in the week who we'll have on. And again, thank you so much. I mean, this is really cool. I'm really enjoying this, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure in the beginning, but it's definitely taken off. It's good.
Yeah, man. So. All right, Gare. I'll talk to you soon.
See you
See everybody. Have
Sunday.
A good week and stay safe. And let's get them cars ready, man, because we're gonna go racing here soon. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
That goes for you too, Larry. Get that thing out of the snowbank.
Oh my God, dude!
I know you're listening.
No comment. Not saying a word.
Yeah. So we'll end the show on that note. All right.
Yeah, Larry. See you guys. Have a good week.